follow. Catch up the phone and I pull up in the Tahoe. Thought it's boring, I ain't calling unless she swallow. She don't listen, I ain't tripping, she don't follow. Got another where he swerving on the potholes. Got another thought, he thinks she hit the lotto. She pop a perky, then she chase it with Moscato. This bitch is bad, she fucking all the drug dealers. I took his bitch and then I took his plug, nigga. Have her back, I'm getting to the bag, nigga. Bust in your house, I'm running through your stash, nigga. On the grand flashing all that cash, nigga. Part in my back, I'm counting all these stacks, nigga. Gucci duffel Louis on my ass, nigga. Hennessy and TNT, we blast, nigga. Ferragamo on my dress, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. In Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the oldest wobble wobble. Just started fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, heel spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. This whole sick, she fucking on the damn crew. Coming out of sock, she lost her damn shoe. Her friend a poppin', she ain't got no damn clue. Rollin' O's and weed and smoking bamboo. Smoking gelato when the Tahoe smell the fucking jar. She wanna ride with me cause we look like some movie stars. This thotty moving faster than a speeding car. Coming through the door with no panties on. Poppin' Molly's and you know she took a Zanny bar. Talking about a Mazda is a family car. I hit her with a curve, then the coup de grace. Zillow games, I'm shaking up the dice, baby. She wanna stay with me so we can make the night, baby. She wanna be with me so I can lay the pipe, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby.
I'm only out here for the night. We in the building.
She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. In Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the oldest wobble wobble.
Wobble wobble.
Started fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble.
Cobble wobble.
Swing, heel spin, hit the throttle.
Hit the throttle.
She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby.
Welcome to the Check-In Report. Coming to you live and direct from Long Island, the beautiful suburbs of Long Island. I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only Macaroni. Welcome to the show, y'all. Hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday evening, or it's Wednesday morning at this point. Today's topic: Kamala Harris unveils her new economic plan for black men. Let's just back up for a second here. After she sent out Magic Johnson to attack, black voters, she used Magic Johnson as an attack dog to attack black voters, into pressuring them into voting for her. That didn't work. She made a call out to Barack Obama, the great deceiver, to belittle, to besmirch, to talk down to black men into voting for her. That didn't work. Now, with only a few days away, Kamala Harris unveils this new economic plan to try to grab as much black voters as she can now. Because, listen, she's doing bad. She's doing bad. This is this is kind of her grasping for straws at this moment.
Oh my God!
She did a town hall. She sat down with Leonard, affectionately known as the lesser charge God, lesser charge Leonard. Did a sit down with him, town hall, if you will. A couple people was up there talking their talk, doing their spill. We're gonna go through her economic plan, but first let's take a look at this town hall she did with the lesser charge God. Take a look at the but I do want to go through her economic plan for black men. I do. Let me make sure I got that loaded up. Just give me 1 second, y'all. I want to make sure I got that loaded up on my phone. We absolutely have to go through that. We have to go through her economic plan that she has for black men in America. We have to go through that. It's of critical importance that we go through that. All right, yeah, I do have it on my computer already, but I want to make sure I have it on my phone as well. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this town hall she did with the lesser charge guard, Charlemagne the God. She talked about a bevy of different things. Let's get into it right now.
To the planet, Charlemagne the God here with Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. How are you?
Very well, Charlemagne. How you doing?
Listen, we got 20 days and 60 minutes, so we just need to get to it.
I'm with you. Although it's 21 days.
How are you? Because you did just walk in. You was kind of late, so.
Well, I try to be on time. Apparently, I'm 40 seconds late. You're right.
Well, you are black, so okay. Now, now you know.
Like, why are we playing into these cheesy stereotypes? I mean, Charlemagne, you're not helping her. You're not helping her with these. Oh, you did show up late, so that does mean you're black. That doesn't help her. Stop with the stereotypes. Black people are hurting. They're hurting in the grocery stores. They're hurting in the housing market. They're hurting. We don't want to hear your corny stereotype jokes. They're not working. Her showing up late to an interview is not gonna make black people want to vote for her. Her showing up CP time for an interview is not gonna make people feel like they have to go out and vote for her. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. You know, let's not feed into the stereotypes. Let's get to the work. It's time for her to get to the work. Time for her to get her hands dirty. Yeah, you only got a couple more days until election night. You got about 20 some odd days until election night. We don't care about your corny jokes, the cheesy jokes. We don't care. Get to work. But let's get back to the town hall.
No, one thing they've been saying, a lot of your press hits get criticized. You know, folks say you come off as very scripted. They say you like to stick to your talking points. And some media says you have...
That would be called discipline.
Oh, okay. Speak to that.
But go on.
No, I was going to say some people say you have...
I don't think it's discipline, Kamala. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's discipline. I mean, you've already been exposed, Kamala. You have the teleprompter. We know that you can't speak. You can't do long form speaking when it comes to like speeches. I think she could sit down and have conversations with people, but I don't think she could do long form speaking like on a speech or something like that. I don't think that she can do that. I don't think she could do long form speaking. So, she has to have that teleprompter in front of her to keep her in order, to make sure her conversation, her speech is organized. But yeah, her speeches are repetitive. We hear the same thing in every speech. Every speech we listen to, we're not going back. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Project 2025. I mean, it's in every speech, every campaign rally, every speech. You're gonna hear her say those talking points. I need to know from black men tonight. I really want to know from the black men tonight. First of all, I want to know, from the black men that's coming in here tonight. I want to know: did you look at her economic plan for black men? Did you take a look at it? If you're a black man, I want to know if you took a look at her economic plan for black men. I want to know. We're going to take a look at it tonight. We're going to go through it tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. If you have anything to add to the dialogue, if you have anything to add to the discussion tonight, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. I want to know from black men tonight, did you read her economic plan for black men? I want to know. And do you feel like this will sway you into voting for her? Make no mistake, she is desperate for votes right now. She's desperate for the black male vote. She realized that black men are not rocking with her. Black men are tired of being used by the Democrats. The Democrats are going to have to work hard for black men. Yeah, you've taken advantage of our black women. You've turned them against us. You have caused division in our households. You have caused division in our community. You have black women in your back pocket. But that's not going to work for black men. You're going to have to actually do some work, Democrats. You may have black women in your back pocket, but you're going to have to work harder for the black male vote. You're going to have to give us something. You're going to have to incentive. See, and isn't this nice? Black women. No, listen, I have nothing but the utmost respect for black women. I have nothing but the utmost respect for black women. But do you see why black men had to hold out? Do you see why black men had to say, you know what, let's not give her our vote just yet. Let's wait it out. Let's see it. Let's see what she's willing to give us. You see, this is all you had to do, black women. Sit on your vote. Let's see if she will be willing to give you something for voting for her. She's finally, I'm going to be honest with you, she's finally, and I'm not happy with the things that she's offering. I think that black men deserve more. We need more. We need more. But, you know, at least we're opening up the conversation. Black women, you were so fast to give this woman 100% of your vote, and she's not offering you nothing. You know, so you have to sit on your vote. You have to withhold your endorsements until these politicians, you know, start talking your language, start talking about doing things that's going to directly impact your community.
Oh my God!
Why is that so hard for, a lot of black women? A lot of black women, they have been kicking in the backs of black men. They have just like Barack Obama, they've been chastising black men for not supporting Kamala. They've been ridiculing them, talking down to black men. We held out on our vote. Now she's talking directly to us. She's finally doing something, finally working. Black women, this is what happens when you request more of your political candidates. They start working hard for you. They start talking directly to you. They start working and doing things for you. But when you continually lick the boots, black women, of the Democratic candidates, and you don't request of nothing, you're just happy with tokenism, they don't feel no incentive to give you anything. Black woman, we have to do better.
Oh my God!
Black women, we have to do better. You gotta do better. You've been licking the Democratic boots for over 50 years. They're not talking to do anything directly for your community, for black women. They're not talking to do anything directly for you. Hold on your vote. Withhold your vote. Sit on your vote until they start talking your language. That's what black men did. We told Kamala, you ain't getting a vote. We don't care that you got Meg Thee Stallion shaking her butt on stage. You ain't getting a black male vote. You're going to have to do something. You're going to have to talk to our community. You're going to have to talk to what we want in our community. And now she's tap dancing, shucking and jiving because she wants the black male vote.
Oh my God!
Just keeping it a buck here. I'm just keeping it a buck here. But let's get to the town hall with the lesser charge guard and Kamala Harris. Let's get back into it.
And the inability to fearlessly say who you are and what you believe. I know that's not true. But what do you say to that criticism? And is it fair for SNL to make fun of it?
I'm a little disappointed where I'm at right now because,
Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. You know, we don't do no premiums over here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I think I have nothing but admiration for the comedy, and I think it's important to be able to laugh at yourself and each other.
But what do you say to people
in
who
the,
say
in the spirit of obviously comedy and
Yes.
not belittling people as my opponent would do?
But what do you say to people who say you stay on the talking points?
I would say you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. I love having conversations, which is why I'm so happy to be with you this afternoon. And the reality is that there are certain things that must be repeated to ensure that I have everyone know what I stand for and the issues that I think are at stake in this election.
Mm-hmm.
And so it requires repetition, you know.
Do we have any black men in the building tonight? Do we have any black men? I want to know, did you see the economic plan? We're going to read it tonight. I have it queued up on my screen right here. I do have the economic plan that she will be delivering for black men. Let me see if I could, give me 1 second, y'all. We will be going through a little bit of it tonight. And I want to know from black men tonight, how are you feeling about the economic plan? President Harris, Vice President Harris will deliver for black men. This is on our website. Vice President Harris will deliver to black men. Let's read this. Hold on. She will provide the tools for black men to build wealth, support their families, and lead in their communities. That's what she's promising in her agenda for black men.
Oh my God!
Is it enough? Is it enough? Maybe we should go through a little bit of it tonight. Maybe we should go through a little bit of it. And just a little. Let me just read one thing. Let me just read this first paragraph real quick. We're going to get back to the video. Vice President Harris will build an opportunity economy where everyone has the opportunity to not just get by, but to get ahead. She knows that black men have long felt that too often their voice in our political process has gone unheard, and that there is so much untapped ambition and leadership within the black male community. I find it very funny that now they're concerned with black male voices. For all these years, you know, black women, they have been ostracizing black men that, you know, have voices they've been trying to belittle. You know, in the black community, let me just say this, in the black community, we don't have any black male leaderships. When you look in any black community, it's all ran by black women, respectfully. No disrespect to those black women that run their communities, but we are long far removed from black men running communities. Because, there's a little bit of ostracized, and I just feel like the way it's been set up for a long time in a lot of these Democratic ran cities is they have, black women running the cities. They don't want strong black men, strong black heterosexual males running these black cities anymore. A lot of times you just see them ran by, Democratic bootlicking black females, respectfully. So I find it very funny that, we're trying to empower black men in the community now. I mean, for the last 30, 40 years, the Democrats ain't been trying to empower black men. They've been trying to empower black females. They've been trying to empower LGBTQ. When was the last time the Democrats cared about strong heterosexual black men in our community? I can't think of a time when they cared. But now Kamala Harris is saying she wants to empower black males in the community. Very funny. But let's get back into it. Leadership within the black community. Black men and boys deserve a president who will provide the opportunity to unleash this talent and potential by removing historic barriers. We're going to get back to historic barriers because we're going to talk about reparations. We may talk about redlining. We may talk about, a lot of those different things. But She also says to wealth creation, education, unemployment, earning, health, and improving the criminal justice system. Black men deserve a president who will deliver on promises and equip them with the tools and resources to make their aspirations a reality. I'm just reading the first paragraph of her agenda here. Now, this is what I'm gonna first say off the rip, right? Kamala Harris, the Democrats have had 50 years to right some of these wrongs that you're speaking of. When it comes to a lot of the things that she said in that first paragraph, the Democrats that and like I said, a lot of these black cities, they ran by Democratic mayors and Democratic politicians. The Democrats have had over 50 years to right some of these wrongs that you're speaking about. About the historical barriers that have held black men back in earning, health, in the justice system. I agree with some of the things you're talking about here. But the Democrats have had 50 years to right these wrongs. Why are you now speaking on them? You had 50 years to work on them. It just reeks of tone deaf of the Democrats.
Oh my God!
You had 50 years to right these damn wrongs. I'm just looking at the agenda, and let me know if you've seen the agenda for black men. We're going to get back into it. We're going to get back into this agenda, economic agenda for black men. We're going to get back into it. Let's get back into the town hall though. Just want to read that first paragraph. We're going to get back into the agenda. Let's get back into the town hall.
Some people.
And again, if you have anything to add to the dialogue, anything to add to the discussion here, please put it in a super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. I want people to be a part of the dialogue. I want people to be a part of the discussion here. So please put it in a super chat if you have anything to add to the discussion. Let's go.
Say that until someone has heard the same thing at least 3 times, it just doesn't stay with you. So repetition is important. And for that reason, yes, at my rallies, I say the same thing when I go to Detroit as I do in Philly, as I do wherever.
I'm going to be honest with you. I disagree with what she's saying here. Kamala Harris, you're repetitive because you don't know how to talk. You don't know how to do speeches. That's why you keep saying the same thing. Is just, maybe you're having a mental fog. Maybe you just don't have the ability to talk in long form speeches. I mean, I think most of you have seen her, reading off a teleprompter. She's not good off the top of her head. She was reading off of teleprompters for speeches and stuff like that. She's not good in long form discussions. She could have a conversation, but when it comes to like sitting in front of a crowd, giving a speech, laying out her plan, she's not good at that.
Oh my God!
Yeah, she can have a conversation. I think she can. She can't have a conversation without laughing. But she can have a conversation. But she can't do long form speeches in front of crowds. She can't do it. She just can't do it. Let's continue though.
Wherever I am, to make sure that people hear and receive what I think are some of the most critical issues that are at stake in this election.
There has to be a high level of anxiety too when you have these conversations though, because you are running for president.
Y'all give me 1 second. We ain't paying for no premiums over here. We do. We don't do no premiums over here. We ain't messing with no premiums. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into it, though.
You know what? There's certainly a lot of... I feel the weight of the moment and my role. I feel an extraordinary weight of responsibility right now to do everything I can. I'm telling you, Charlamagne, when I go to bed at night, I almost every night, in addition to my prayers, will ask, have I done everything I could do today?
Let me stop you right there. Kamala Harris. You know good and damn well that's cap. You just said you go to bed every night after your prayers. Like Hulk Hogan, she says her prayers, eats her vitamins, probably takes a Flintstone melatonin, laughs about it. Hee 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 hee. And then she tells herself, what more could I have done today? Let me tell you what you could have done, Kamala. You could have took your high yellow ass to that damn border and stopped illegals from crossing. Which it was millions of illegals that crossed that damn border. That's what you could have did.
Oh my
You know what else you could have did, Kamala? Since you ask yourself every night you ask yourself, what more could I have done? You could have took your high yellow ass in those White House meetings and worked harder on the damn economy, worked harder on fixing the inflation crisis in America. Because I'm having a hard time believing that, I think, what more could I have done? What more could I have done? You haven't done much, if you ask me. When we look back at your vice presidency, Kamala, I mean, I don't know, it's going to be a career lowlights. I can't think of a lot of prominent things that you did in your vice presidency, Kamala. I'm gonna be honest with you, no disrespect, but I can't think of a lot of prominent things that you've done in your vice presidency role. I'm just keeping it a buck. Let's continue.
This is a margin of error race. It's tight. I'm gonna win.
No, the hell you're not. You're not gonna win. I know you want those positive affirmations. But Kamala, I think that I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you waited too long to unveil this plan for black men. You waited too long to pander. And black men, we see through that. We know black men know good and damn well if you were up in some of these key demographics, if you was up in these LGBTQ demographics, if you were up in some of these Asian demographics, some of these, these different Hispanic demographic, if you were up and you were up by a couple of points, you would not be pandering to black men. But demographics showed that you're going to need black men. You're going to need black men to win this thing. And you're severely lacking in that poll. So now you feel like, let me pander to the black men now.
Oh my God!
I think it's a little too late. And black men, we see through that. We see through the pandering. I mean, I appreciate you for at least, for opening up the discussion, for unveiling a plan, an economic plan for black men. At least you have a plan. I respect somebody that has a plan. But where was this plan months ago? Where were these concepts of an idea months ago? Or did you just, rough draft this thing up after you saw you were down in the black male votes? That's what I think. I think that, the poll showed that she was down in the black male votes. She ran to some politicians, came up with a rough draft of some things she could incentivize us with to try to sway us to vote for her. I think it's a little too late. Maybe I could have been swayed if you would have came with this plan months ago. But when I'm looking at the plan, I took a little glance at it. I ran through a couple of things. I'm not really keen on it. If you're gonna offer black men something, we're gonna need more than some weed. I don't smoke weed. I'm not a weed smoker, so I don't give two squirrel farts about you decriminalizing weed. I don't smoke weed. Kamala Harris, you are not going to get the black male vote by offering us ganja. You're not going to get it like that.
Oh my God!
How insulting. How insulting, Kamala Harris. You think you're going to get the black male vote? You think you're going to get the black male vote? By offering us some weed. Probably some Reggie. It ain't that moon rock. It ain't that, you know, it ain't that moon rock. It ain't them Girl Scout cookies. It's a bunch of Reggie. I find it a little insulting. Like, don't get me wrong. Do I think that weed should be decriminalized? Absolutely. But you making this the agenda for black men, like as if every black man smokes weed. That's highly incorrect, highly stereotypical. But I did see that in her agenda. We're gonna get back to that. Let's get back to this town hall, though. Again, if you have anything to add to the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. I want people to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion. Let's get back into it.
I'm going, but it's tight. And, what is at stake is truly profound and almost and historic, many would say. And it's about, some people would say this lofty notion of supporting and preserving our democracy.
Mm-hmm.
But it is about real issues that affect people every day, like whether we're going to maintain a $35 cap on insulin for our seniors, whether we're going to continue to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices to bring them down, whether we are going to have, as my opponent would have, a formalized stop and frisk policy, for which he has said if a police department does not do it.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Guys. One of the reasons why I won't be voting for Trump is he is for qualified immunity. That's one of the reasons I won't be voting for Trump. He did speak at a little length there about stop and frisk. Now, let me just play this out. Do I have my issues with Kamala? Absolutely. Do I have my issues with the Democrats? 1,000%. But I got to be honest, I can't vote for neither one of these people. I can't vote for Trump. Trump, if you're a black man and you're voting for Trump, just respectfully, let me just put some things in perspective here. I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. I'm not doing that. But I just want black men to put these things in perspective. Put these things in perspective. As a black man, you know the history in this country with mistreatment of police officers, police brutality, black men and women being, assassinated in their homes and their cars on the streets by police officers. You know about their history. Now you're going to add unto the history by a president giving police officers qualified immunity, which will essentially, give police, pretty much, the right to do whatever they want, respectfully. Now, listen, does that mean that police will, be pretty much, well, they some of them are criminals. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say here is that qualified immunity for, the black community is not a good thing. That's not something we want. Police need to be held accountable. Police need to be, they need to go through the justice system when they commit crimes against black people. So qualified immunity is not something that I could ever vote for. So I can never vote for Trump. I can never vote for Kamala neither. But I can never really vote for Trump because he's supporting qualified immunity. Let's talk about stop and frisk. Anybody know the history of stop and frisk? Who created stop and frisk? I'm from New York. Anybody from New York? Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani. Now that's a white racist right there. Rudy Giuliani created stop and frisk. A lot of black men were falsely in prison. A lot of black men were they had their rights violated due to stop and frisk. That's something I cannot vote for. So I'm just gonna be honest. Listen. I know we got a lot of pro-Trump people in the building. A lot of the pro-Trump people, they support and so I salute them as well. But I gotta be honest, as a black man in America, knowing the history of stop and frisk, knowing the history of black people being victimized by the police, and now Trump wanting to give police officers qualified immunity, I could never really vote for Trump. As a black man, because it is kind of dangerous. Now that danger is not going to make me want to vote for Kamala, because she's just a terrible choice through and through. I'm sorry. She's just not equipped for the job. I'm sorry. She's just not equipped for the job. But I can't vote for neither one of these candidates. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I can't vote for neither one. But let's get back into the town hall. Let's get back into what Kamala Harris is talking about. Let's get back into it.
They should be defunded or not. There is so much at stake. Whether America is going to stand on its principles around the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity and stand with our allies around the world, or whether we're going to admire dictators and send during the height of COVID and the pandemic COVID tests that nobody could get to the president of Russia for his personal use when black people were dying every day by the hundreds during that time.
Yeah, I feel like that one has gone over people's heads, the fact that he was sending COVID tests to Putin.
I mean, I invite...
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That was a couple of years ago. I mean, right now, I kind of want to can we get to let me just say this. Kamala continually going back into the Trump years. I understand, because maybe you want to look at it comparatively, like, hey guys, look at my years in the office compared to his. I get the comparativeness or comparing the both, but Kamala, you've been in office for the last 3.5 years. Trump ain't been in office for a hot minute now. Like people really not trying to go that far back and think about, COVID tests and things of that nature, and Trump giving, Russia COVID tests and this, that. That's not really playing in people's minds, because, we're kind of removed from that, whole era. When we were going through that era, we're kind of living in the world now. We're dealing with inflation. We're dealing with immigration. We're dealing with the issues that are impacting us today. I think the Democrats, they have to, Kamala and the Democrats, they have to get away from these conversations that it doesn't really mean anything today. Most Americans don't care about what Trump did, in terms of giving COVID tests to Russia, whatever. Like, most people don't really care about that right now, because they're dealing with the inflation, they're dealing with the immigration. They care about what's happening now, what's impacting me now. Like, we got to stop going back. Kamala, what can you do now to fix the things that are happening now? We're not trying to go back into the time machine and, talk about all of the, just like, whoever wins this race. If let's say whoever wins this race, whether it's Trump or whether it's Kamala, right? And then, 4 years after this election, and let's say immigration is fixed up, and let's say the economy is up and running. If 4 years later, if we have a whole new thing on our hands, whatever it may be, I don't want to hear them bring up old issues that, that are not at the top of the docket anymore. It's old issue. Let's get to what can happen. Let's get to fixing the problems of today, Kamala.
Oh my God!
It's too much. It's too much. It's too what I like to call majoring in the minors. The Democrats love to major in the minors. Another thing that they keep bringing up, Kamala keeps talking about, why won't Trump show his health records? Why won't Trump show his health records? Trump, we want to see your health records. Kamala Harris, I hate to break it to you. Majority of Americans, we don't give a damn about his health records. We care if Trump can run the damn country. We care if he can get this economy up and running. We care if he can handle this immigration crisis. We don't care about that man's health records. Most of us know Trump got high cholesterol, high blood pressure. You know? He probably got dandruff or something. Most of us know he's probably dealing with something on a health basis. We don't care, though. We care who's going to run the damn country. Democrats, stop majoring in the minors. We don't care. We care about what we're dealing with every day. When we go to the damn grocery store, that's what we care about. When we see armed immigrants running around in our communities and people are being victimized, that's what we care about. Women, they're getting pregnant and they're dealing with abortion. They're dealing with, wanting to have abortion rights. These are the things that Americans care about. We don't care about Trump's health records and his taxes.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I don't care about Trump's taxes, and I don't care about his health records. Can he run the country? Can he get the economy up and running? Like, that's what we care about. Let's get back into the town hall, though. Again, if you have anything to add to the dialogue, anything to add to the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. Please become a member as well. If you want to become a member of the channel, we do a bunch of lives on politics, or lives on the whole election season. We're doing videos on it. We're doing lives on it. This is what the main focus is, right? Become a member today. Get checked in here. Get checked in. Salute to all my new members. Yeah, get checked in. Get checked in. Back to the town hall, though.
Your listeners, the people we know, the number of people who lost their grandparents and parents. Remember what that was like during the height of COVID? And a lot of it, people were scrambling for the resources and needed tests. And Donald Trump, during that time, secretly sent COVID tests to the president of Russia, who, by the way, do not forget, in the 2016 election, because I was a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee when we...
I'm just tired of her, Kamala, I'm tired of you continually talking about Trump. I don't want to hear any more about Trump. I want to hear what you're going to do to fix the country. I don't want to hear about Trump and what he did. I don't care. Like, no disrespect, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just tired of us going back to what Trump did. Trump did this and Trump did that. I'm tired of going back to that. What can you do now to fix the issues? Because what she loves to say this all the time. Trump would rather run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. Well, that's what you're doing right now, Kamala. You're telling us about the woes of Donald Trump. I don't care about that. I care about, being able to afford groceries. I care about the immigration crisis. I care about what you can do for black men. I want to hear more about what your plan is for black men. I'm more intrigued with that. Let's stop going back into the Trump era, time machine and going back to what he did. For the last 3.5 years, we're looking at what you've done. For the last 3.5 years, we're looking at what you've done. Let's get back to what you've done.
When we investigated it, targeted black voters in 2016 with mis and disinformation to discourage black.
Wait a minute. The Democrats give, black people disinformation all the time. Somebody in the chat told me to talk black. Can I talk black for a second? The Democrats give us disinformation and misinformation all the time. Do they not? They tell the black community every year what they're going to do for us. They never do it. The Democrats, they lie to us every election season. They say, oh, we're going to get in office. We're going to change the community. We're going to build infrastructure. We're going to get black men jobs. It's going to be high, employment rates. And we're going to work on reparations. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. They lie to us every election season. So the Democrats is just as guilty of giving disinformation and misinformation. How I look at it is like this. The Republicans are overt racists. The Democrats are covert racists. It's still racism at the end of the day. Can we be honest here? Salute to Enrique. I see Enrique's in the building. Salute to Enrique. But I want, somebody told me to talk black. I got to talk black. So, if somebody tells me to talk black, I got to talk black. The Republicans are overt racist, meaning in your face. They let you know where they stand and how racist they are. The Democrats are covert racist. They don't want to let you know. They want to, they want to smile in your face, but do little, sneaky things in the background to subjugate you, to oppress you. If you ask me, I think the Democrats and the covert racism is more dangerous.
Oh my God!
The covert racism is more dangerous, in my opinion. Because if you're an overt racist, then at least we know where we stand. If you tell me to my face, I don't like you, I don't like your community, this is where we stand, at least I know, okay, I can't go over there. This person doesn't rock with me. I know where we stand. They've let it be known where we stand. So there's no miscommunication. There's no, there's nothing being, there's no smoke signals. We're right on the same page. When it's covert racism, that's when you get infiltrated. That's when you get people working within your community to be divisive against you, and they're working for the enemy. That's when you get, all these COINTELPROs. That's when you get all these people, working within your community to bring down your community. In my opinion, the covert Democratic racism is worse.
Oh my God!
Let's get back to this town hall. From Kamala Harris. Again, if you have anything to add to the dialogue, anything to add to the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into it.
Black people from voting in that election. And this is just another of the very many examples of who Donald Trump really is, and the danger he presents to real people.
Sending COVID tests to Russia, that doesn't sound very America first at all. But it's not just you versus Trump, it's you versus misinformation.
Yes, that's true.
Right? And one of the biggest pieces of misinformation, one of the biggest allegations against you is that you targeted and locked up thousands of black men.
Let's just speak frank here about her locking up black men, and she wants to get away from her prosecutor past, but the facts are the facts. Kamala Harris, you locked up black men, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. That was her job. When you're a prosecutor, your job is to get people prosecuted. It's for you to create slaves for the prison industrial system. She can't get away from that. However she tries to spin it and say, I was the most progressive prosecutor, that's what she's going to say. She's going to say, I was the most progressive prosecutor, and when black men came in there with weed charges, I was the one, who was trying to, not charge them or give them lower sentences. This is what she's going to say. But Kamala Harris, the reality is this. You took the job of a prosecutor. You was a part of the white supremacist justice system. You can't get away from that.
Oh my
I don't care. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care how much sauce you try to put on it. You was a part of the white supremacist justice system. You created black slaves for the prison industrial system. The lesser charge guard, he can't change that. Joe Biden, he can't change that. Barack Obama, he can't change that. Nobody can change that. Your job was to get, charges on people that came through that courtroom. That was your job. You was a prosecutor. You could have took the job as a public defender. You could have took the job as a defense lawyer. You could have took the job of somebody fighting someone, someone that is fighting against the justice system. You could have took that job. You said, no, I'm going to work in collaboration with the white supremacist justice system. That's what you did.
Oh my God!
Stop making it sound like you was a woman of the people. I worked on behalf of the people. No, you worked in collaboration. And listen, I'm not going to make it sound like she never, gave justice to, maybe somebody who was victimized, somebody that was, a woman that may have been victimized, a man that may have been victimized, or, I'm not saying that she never, did any good in terms of her prosecution career and never sent somebody to jail that didn't deserve to go to jail. But what about those few and many men that were falsely accused, falsely prosecuted? What about that man that was on death row that had evidence to show that he was an innocent man? You withheld that evidence. We know good and damn well there are black men that slip through the cracks, that are falsely prosecuted, thrown in jail, police planting evidence. We've seen it happen. We know it happens. It happens every day. Kamala Harris, you was a part of the white supremacist justice system. When those white supremacist officers, I'm not saying all of them, but the few and many that were like that came in there, that pulled over black men, for no reason, probably planted drugs on them, probably falsely put trumped up charges on them or something like that. When they had their court dates, you backed up those white supremacist officers. You backed up their stories. You corroborated their stories. You were working in collaboration with the white supremacist justice system. So let me, and another thing, let me to add to that furthermore. And I've said this before. I find it ridiculous that when black people, we know the struggles of the justice system. A lot of black people, we have family members that have been in the prison system, have been locked up. We understand the unjust treatment, the trumped up charges. We understand the trap that that sometimes that a lot of black men and women that have sadly they've been a part of that experience. But I find it crazy that in this election season, we're looking to a woman who was a part of the white supremacist justice system, that worked in collaboration, that locked up a lot of your family members, your brothers, your aunties, your uncles, your fathers, that was a part of that white supremacist justice system. We're looking to her to be the savior for black America. That's appalling to me.
Oh my God!
I take issue with that we're looking for, if Kamala was a defense lawyer, if Kamala was a public defender, if Kamala was a community organizer, if Kamala had the history of, working directly for the people, directly for helping the people, working with the people. If she had a history of that, I could rock with her. But her prosecuting past, it befuddles me. It disturbs me, because I understand the unfair treatment that a lot of black men have had to deal with in the justice system, the unfair treatment, the trumped up charges, the all white jurors, looking at that black person in that courtroom as a devil, as a demon, not looking at him as a human. I understand the struggles. So, it kind of bothers me that we're looking to a woman that has had a career of locking people up respectfully, and we're looking at her as the savior to save the country. Especially as a black man, it disturbs me. Let's get back into what she's talking about here.
In San Francisco for weed. Some say you did it to boost your career. Some say you did it out of pure hate for black men. Please tell us the facts. What's the facts of that situation?
It's just simply not true. And what public defenders who are around those days will tell you, I was the most progressive prosecutor in California on marijuana cases and would not send people to jail for simple possession of weed. And as vice president, have been a champion for bringing marijuana down on the schedule. So instead of it being ranked up there with heroin, we bring it down. And my pledge is, as president, I will work on decriminalizing it because I know.
Now, this is what bothers me. This is in the agenda for the economic agenda for black men. Kamala Harris, you're not going to win black men over by offering us weed. I haven't smoked weed in quite some time. I haven't smoked weed. I'm not a weed smoker. You decriminalizing weed is not going to make me want to get into, I just feel it's kind of insulting. Like when you speak to black men around America, we kind of have the same, initiative that we're trying to get through, right? When you speak to most black men, you're probably going to hear reparations, a hate crime bill that could protect us from white supremacist officers. You're going to hear things like that. You're going to hear us talking about infrastructures in our communities. These are the things you're going to be hearing about when you're talking to black men in terms of what they want from the government. You're going to hear reparations. You're going to hear about a hate crime bill. You're going to hear about infrastructures and doing more and building better infrastructures in our communities. The last thing that black men are thinking about is weed. We're not looking for the government to, give us, free weed cards. So we could all celebrate 420, Kamala. That's not gonna get the black men to vote for you. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
That's not gonna make me want to vote for you. I'm not a weed smoker. I don't smoke weed. I don't do that. So that's not moving me. That's not moving me. And she has put that in her economic plan for black men. Weed. She thinks she could buy us off with weed. That's not working for me. I don't care about you decriminalizing weed. Maybe to the stoners. And I'm of the firm belief we have more white stoners than we have black stoners. You got to think, black people, we only make up 13% in America. We only make up 13% of Americans. So there's by far way more white stoners than there are black stoners. So, what you're talking about is really, it really impacts, white drug users. It doesn't really impact, the black people. Like, have black people been oppressed and have been, oppressed and subjugated by way of police officers using weed? Absolutely. If there's going to be an economic boom in, marijuana usage and it's going to be legalized, do I think that black men should be able to profit from that? Absolutely. But just weed, that's not when like I said, when you speak to black men, that's not the top of our concern. Decriminalizing weed, that's not the top of our concern. But let's get back into it.
Oh. Exactly how those laws have been used to disproportionately impact certain populations and specifically black men.
Mm-hmm. Before we get into the talkback feature and take some questions from the audience, I do want to talk to you about the legalization of weed, because you're saying you want to legalize it now. What steps did the Biden administration take to get closer to that reality?
So we had to work with the DEA, and there's a certain level of bureaucracy that exists in the federal government that slows things down. But essentially, to bring down how weed is classified, how marijuana is classified, to make it classified as a lesser harm. Mm-hmm. And so that took some time. There's a whole process around that. But that's the work that we have done, in addition to work that we have done writ large on criminal justice reform.
Okay. Let's take some calls. Let's take some, well, not calls. Let's go to the talkback feature.
My question for Kamala.
Good grief. She just came in hot. She came. Let's get into some questioning. Now, what she said about, the whole decriminalizing weed and how she wanted to go through the process and yada, yada, yada. That's all we ever hear, the process of the process. We never hear her actually getting things done. And that's the problem, Kamala. That's the problem that, most of Americans, I can't even just say black Americans. That's the problem that most Americans have with you. You don't have a track record of getting things done. You don't have a track record of getting things done. Every time we hear you, whether it's the border, whether it's the economy, whether it's what you just talked about in terms of decriminalizing marijuana, it's always you working on something. Whether, immigration. You said you was working on the immigration. That turned out not to be true. You said you was working on the economy. I mean, I don't know how you're working on the economy when it's in the shape that it's in. Then you said you worked on decriminalizing weed. I never heard of you working on a bill to decriminalize weed. So it's always you're working on a process, but at some point, you could work on a process, but people want results. People want things to happen. I mean, 3.5 years, and all you could talk to us about is a process. You haven't been to the border. You said it was a process. You haven't, worked on the economy. It was a process. You haven't got weed decriminalized. It was a process. When do you have some accomplishments? When do you have work that's actually completed and done that we could look back and say, well, this is what Kamala Harris has done? I'm tired of you blaming everything on a process. Do you guys feel like she's always blaming things on a process? Every time I hear her, she's talking about a process to do this, a process to do that. I want to hear when she actually gets some things done. And Kamala, trust me, you cannot run on a process. You have to work. You have to run on getting things done. People don't want to hear you running on a process. When people are struggling to buy groceries, we don't want to hear about a process of you fixing that. When illegal immigrant gang members are running through an apartment complex with AK-47s and military grade weaponry, and people are being kidnapped and thrown out of their apartments, we don't want to hear about you working on a process to stop that from happening. People want results. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you being can you imagine being robbed in real time, and you call the police and you call the police. Hey, I was just robbed. Yeah, he's still here. He's just he's in the store right now. He's buying a sandwich. He's getting to Arizona. Hurry up and get here. He's still here. He just robbed me. And the police told you, well, we're working on a process to get there. Please, officer, please. I'm scared. Please, the robber is here. He just robbed me. He's in the store getting a sandwich. He's buying a water. He's buying a iced tea Arizona. Can you please get here, officer? Calm down. We're working on a process to get there. Are you guys even on the way? Are you in the cruiser? Are you driving down the street? How far are you? What's the ETA? Are you 5 minutes away? Are you 10 minutes away? No, we're actually at the station right now. We're working on a process to get there.
Oh my
People want results. They don't want to hear about you working on a process to get things done. Get things done, man. We don't want to hear no more about a process. Get it done. Let's continue. Again, if you have anything to add to the dialogue, anything to add to the discussion, please put it in a super chat. Please put it in a donation. We read all donations. We read all super chats. I want people to be a part of the dialogue. I want people to be a part of the discussion. Please become a member as well. Get checked in. If this is your first time here, we do political discussions all the time. We do political discussions. This is election season. It's the main focus. But yeah, become a member where you can get checked in. We talk about politics all the time, man. It's the main focus. Become a member today. Let's get back into this dialogue. Let's get back into this. Hold on.
Why are we, and I say we because my tax dollars
This is a caller right now. That called in. Let's get back into it.
is sending the money. Why are we sending money to other countries when we desperately need it in our own country
That's a good ass question.
for homeless, housing,
That's a good ass question, sister.
resources, for whatever? That is my determining factor if I vote for Kamala or not.
That's a good ass question. The sister just said, why are we sending money to all of these different countries when we have people that are homeless, starving? That's a good ass question. That's a question that a lot of us wonder. It hurts my soul to see veterans, homeless in the street, starving. But you're sending them immigrants here and they're getting food stamps and you're putting them in high-rise hotels. Then you're sending over another $1 billion to Ukraine. Another $1 billion to another foreign country. So, it does kind of hurt my heart to see stuff like that. So I agree with the sister. We got all this money to send to all these different countries, but we can't take care of the people, the naturalized citizens that are here. Let's continue, though.
It's one of the reasons the America First rhetoric resonates, because nobody in America would complain about where money was going if American citizens' everyday needs were being met. So what do you say to that?
We can do it all, and we do.
Oh, my goodness. We can do it all. Clearly, you can't do it all. Kamala Harris, clearly you can't do it all if the economy is suffering. Clearly you can't do it all if we're dealing with inflation. Clearly you can't do it all if we got immigrants taking over apartment complexes. Clearly you can't do it all if people can't afford groceries. What is she talking about? We can do it all. We clearly can't do it all. Anybody ever seen the national debt? Maybe I should pull up the national debt clock on it. Anybody ever saw the national debt clock? Let me see if I can pull it up. National debt clock. I don't know if y'all ever saw this, the national debt clock. Because she's talking about, oh, we can do it all. Look at the national debt clock. Take a look at this. This is the United States national debt. 35 trillion. I don't know if that's up on the screen. 35 trillion in national debt.
Fire! 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 Fire!
35 trillion in national debt, y'all. But she says we could do it all. We could do it all, y'all. We could do it all. 35 trillion in debt, but we can do it all. Look at that. Look at it's the federal budget down here. The federal budget deficit, that's 2 trillion. Look at that. Look, federal spending. Look, 7 trillion. Look at that. But we can do it all. Clearly, we can't do it all.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Clearly, we can't do it all, Kamala. Clearly, we can't do it all. So why are you lying to the American people? We are in debt. We are not a flourishing country that doesn't owe any money. We are in debt. The U.S. dollar sinking. National debt rising. You're still sending over billions of dollars. Groceries prices rising. Housing market rising. Insurance company rising. Oh, I mean, we clearly can't sustain like this.
Oh my
Some of you Kamala Harris supporters, like, what is your issue with every time I question her on something, you keep talking about Trump? Why can't y'all challenge Kamala on the lies that she's spewing? Here you got Kamala on the screen right now, and don't get me wrong. When we do shows on Trump, I talk about the lies that Trump speak of, but I just feel like a lot of you Kamala Harris supporters, like y'all don't like calling her out on her lies. Y'all don't like calling her out on her BS. You guys are really like, I think a lot of y'all got a crush on Trump. A lot of y'all Kamala Harris supporters, you got a crush on Trump. Because it just seems like every time we have a discussion on Kamala, no matter what she says or whatever she does, it's like we always get back to Trump. Like, why can't you focus on this woman and the lies that she's speaking right now? It's like you guys got like you're popping a boner for Trump. I don't get it. But Trump lied about this. But what about Trump when he did this? And what about Trump? And like, yo, you guys got a crush on the man? Like, why y'all keep bringing him up? Like, good grief, man. It's like, man, why y'all can't focus on the lies that she's spewing? Listen, can we just put it out there? All politicians lie, whether they're Kamala, whether they're Trump, whether they're Tim Walz, J.D. Vance. All politicians lie. But why can you not call her out on her lies? Why you can't call her out on her BS? I don't get it. I don't get it. But let's continue.
So, first of all, I maintain very strongly America should never pull ourselves away from our responsibility as a world leader.
So you mean to tell me that the American people should suffer? They shouldn't be able to pay for their groceries. They should be flooded with immigrants. The American people should suffer just because you want to be the world police, right? Essentially, that's what she just said here. That our foreign interests and, us sticking our noses in the foreign policies and sticking our noses in this country's business and that country's business, that's more important. That's more important than the American people and what they feeling and what they want and what they need to happen for them. So pretty much, Kamala, you've already answered the question. You are not putting America first. Kamala Harris just told you in so many words that America and American citizens are not first. She's prioritizing being, sticking her nose in other foreign policies and foreign politics. She's more concerned with that. She's not concerned about, American citizens. She's not concerned about your well-being. She's not concerned about, the economy. She's not concerned about what's happening on American soil. She's more concerned about what's happening in Ukraine. What's happening in that foreign country. So you are not putting America first, Kamala. Let that be known. You're not putting America first. So, anybody, whether you're undecided, whether you're a Kamala supporter, whether you're a Trump supporter, Kamala just answered your question. The interests of American people, whether it be the economy, whether it be immigration, that is not the first priority for her. The number one priority for her is foreign policy. She don't care that you're struggling in that grocery store trying to pay your groceries. She don't care that you and your partner can't afford a house. She don't care about none of that. She cares about the foreign policies over what's happening in America. Let the record reflect that. Let's continue.
And that is in the best interest of our national security and each one of us as Americans and our standing in the world. That being said, we also have an obligation to American citizens, obviously, and people who are here to meet their everyday needs and challenges, which is why, for example, we have done the work in the last 4 years of bringing down the cost of prescription medication, whether it be $35 a month for seniors for insulin or $2,000 a year cap on prescription medication. What we have done that has been about putting $17 billion in our HBCUs. I am proud to be the first HBCU vice president of the United States. I intend to be the first HBCU president of the United States. Those resources are about sending them to centers of academic.
I seen somebody said they're voting for Jill Stein of the Green Party. That's good. Yeah, Jill Stein. She was on the Breakfast Club. Maybe a week or two ago. Yeah, she did pretty good on there, man. She did. I liked a lot of the stuff that she was saying. Jill Stein. You got Jill Stein. In some of you guys' states, you're gonna have Cornel West. Cornel West is running. I don't know if you guys know Cornel West. You got Jill Stein. You got other people to vote for. I think RFK should have stayed on the ballot as well. RFK should have stayed on the ballot. But I guess he just wanted to give Trump his support. But yeah, I think RFK should have stayed on the ballot as well, though. But let's continue.
Academic excellence that I know them to be. The work that I continue to do is about increasing access to capital for our small businesses. It is about increasing the opportunity for home ownership, knowing that Black people are 40% less likely to be homeowners in America. We have a history of legal and procedural obstacles to that home ownership, starting with the fact nobody got 40 acres and a mule, to redlining, to issues that this Detroit area and people around the country know to be real. So part of my plan is that we're going to give people a $25,000 down payment assistance to get their foot in the door to buy a home for first-time home buyers.
Now, let me just say this, right? Now, Kamala Harris, when you implement this plan, right? This is what she's not thinking of, right? This is what she's not thinking of. Let's say Kamala Harris implements this plan where she gives first-time homeowners, because I've heard this plan before. She implements this plan that's going to say, you know what, you're a first-time homeowner. We're going to give you this $25,000 loan, right? $25,000 loan. What do you think is going to happen in the housing market? What's going to happen in the housing market? They're going to tack on that $25,000 loan because now they know that you have it. They know that this plan exists. This loan exists for first-time homeowners. $25,000 loan. A lot of people are going to be taking advantage of that. Remember when you're buying a house, or these companies, these realty companies, they're intrusive. They want to know everything. They want to know what loans you took out. They want to know where you work. if she were to implement that $25,000 loan, they're just gonna add it to to the regular markup. They're gonna add that $25,000 loan when you put down for that house. So is it really helping? They're just gonna tack on whatever you're paying already. They're just gonna tack on the $25,000 loan. That's all they're gonna do.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Somebody said it's not a loan. Is it a grant? It's clearly not a grant. Is it a grant or is it a loan? Is it a grant or is it a loan? Somebody said it's not a loan. Is it a grant or is it a loan? If it's a loan and you're dealing with these these housing markets, and they know that you're a first-time homeowner, they look into your records, you're a first-time homeowner. They know that you signed up for this Kamala Harris $25,000 for first-time homeowners. You don't think they're gonna tack on that? You don't think they're gonna tack on that $25,000 that you already got the loan for? You don't think they're gonna tack that on and add that on? They know about this. You don't think the housing market company, you don't think they know about these plans and know about these loans? They're gonna tack that on. Let's run that back, because somebody said it's a grant. Let's run
the
that
work
back.
that I'm
Hold
going
on.
to do to increase housing.
Hold on.
And give people a $25,000 down payment assistance.
Down payment assistance. You said it was a grant.
Fire! 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 Fire!
One of y'all just said it was a grant. She said a $25,000 down payment assistance. Let's run that back. Hold on, because somebody in there keeps saying it's a grant. It is not a grant. I didn't hear nothing about it being a grant. Let's run that back.
Home ownership, starting with the fact nobody got 40
Hold on.
acres and a mule,
Okay.
to redlining, to issues that this Detroit area and people around the country know to be real. So part of my plan is that we're going to give people a $25,000 down payment assistance.
$25,000 down payment assistance. Where did you hear grant that? Let's see if she says grant. 'Cause I didn't hear nothing about a grant. Did y'all, any of y'all hear anything about a grant? Somebody keeps saying she said grant. I didn't hear nothing about a grant. Let's continue. Maybe she says it.
To get their foot in the door,
Okay.
to buy a home for first-time home buyers. The work that I'm going to do to increase housing supply in America, knowing that that's one of the reasons that rents
I don't hear nothing about a grant, sir.
and housing prices are jacked up. And to work with the private sector, cut through the red tape, and work to build more housing, 3 million before the end of my first term. And I give these examples, and there are many.
I don't hear nothing about a grant. Somebody said she said a grant. This is not a grant. This is a $25,000 down payment assistance. This is not a grant. This is not a grant. Why y'all lying for? This is not a grant. I didn't hear nothing about it being a grant. This is a loan.
Oh my God!
This is a loan. This is not a grant. This is a loan. What she's talking about is a loan. Down payment assistance. This is a loan. This is not a grant.
More, which I will offer. So, for example, the work that I will do to extend the child tax credit to $6,000 for young families during the first year of their child's life. Because as you and I both know, our families all have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not always the resources.
Mm-hmm.
So by expanding the child tax credit to the first year of a child's life to $6,000, that gives that young family the ability to buy a car seat or a crib or clothes, the things that are so important during that critical phase of that child's development, so that they can get on the road and actually have a chance at succeeding.
You know, you said we can do it all, but can we? Because, Tupac famously said, we got money for war, but can't feed the poor, right? And I saw President Obama say last week that, you really shouldn't expect, a president to rid the world of all of its problems. And so, is it fair to tell people, hey, we can do it all? Because that's when people get disappointed when things don't happen.
But I think President Obama is absolutely correct. But it
My whole thing is, Kamala, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your goal shouldn't be to do it all, because at this point you've done nothing. So I don't think your goal, Kamala, should to be let's do it all, because if you've been doing it all, as a vice president, and we don't have nothing of record to show that we can show for that you did anything. Clearly, the do it all philosophy for you is not working. So yeah, I think she has to get away from the whole do it all politics, because clearly doing it all is not working for you. By you trying to do it all, you're not getting anything done, Kamala. So you got to get away from this whole do it all philosophy. It's not working for you.
doesn't mean we can't do anything.
That's right.
Salute to JT with the $2 donation. Salute to JT.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
JT says the check-in report for president. Thank you, man. I am running. I will be on the ballot, November 5th.
Oh my God!
Yeah, man. Yeah, salute to JT. Salute to JT for the $2 donation. Matthew Foxtrout. Salute to Matthew Foxtrout. Matthew Foxtrout says one of the reasons for the 2008 housing problems was giving loans to people with bad credit. This feels like the same plan. That's a good point, Matthew. That's a good point. I don't think that her plan is sufficient enough. I don't think, what she's banking on, and she's been saying this a lot. What she's banking on is small businesses getting the country up and running, for the small businesses to, for them to flourish, for them to do good. But we all know that, running a small business is not easy. A lot of small businesses fail within the first 5 years. I mean, are you really going to depend on Tyrone having a studio in his basement? Or, little Timmy having a rock band in his garage and Shaniqua doing hair in her living room? Are you really going to depend on those small business, people to get the economy up and running? And what you're saying is true, some people don't need loans. In reality, you're not ready for a loan. You're not business minded. You don't have a great idea to recoup that loan that you've gotten. Sometimes, some people have, they have these business ideas. They have these, these things in their mind that they want to do. But, is it really a good idea? Is it something that you can make money off of? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. And, I think that her plan of thinking that these small businesses are going to get the country up and running, I don't think it's realistic. It's like unicorns and lollipops, gumdrops and rainbows. It's My Little Pony type of politics, if you ask me.
Oh my God!
My Little Pony. Yeah, it's like fairy tale politics. We're going to depend on small businesses to get the country up and running. I don't think it's going to work for us. I don't think it works for us. But salute to Matthew and salute to JT. Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion, you want to be a part of the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. Any black men in here? How do you feel about the new plan that she laid out? I've been reading some of it. Let me get back into it. Let me read another paragraph of her and what she wants to do for black men. Any of y'all read this though? Any of y'all went through this? Let me read the second. I read the first paragraph. Let me get to the second paragraph. This year, Vice President Harris launched a first of kind nationwide economic opportunity tour to help entrepreneurs access the capital and resources they need to launch and grow their businesses, build wealth, strengthen their communities, especially black men. Let me see where I'm at. Especially black men, black male entrepreneurs, excuse me, while traveling across the country to cities like Atlanta, Detroit, Charlotte. She heard powerful stories from black men about the biggest hurdles that still made it difficult for them to get their businesses off the ground and grow them and meet their full ambitions, and discuss policies that could help break down remaining barriers to success. Um, Let me know if you guys read this, man. Let me know if you guys read this. Do you think that this is going to work? Do you think that this is sufficient enough for black America, for black men? You know, she's targeting black men with this economic opportunity initiative that she wants to do. How do you guys feel about it?
Oh my God!
Let me read this. Let me read this one thing. Let me read this right here. Let me read this right here because I didn't get a chance to read this. Let me actually go down. Hold on. Give me one. Pause. Let me pause on that. I just want to read this part right here because it talks a little bit about some of the things that she wants to do. Drawing on insight from experience throughout her career in her economic opportunity tour, today Vice President Harris is laying out an opportunity agenda for black men to provide them with the tools to achieve financial freedom, lower cost to better provide for themselves and their families, and protect their rights. This path-breaking agenda includes, these are the things that it includes: providing 1 million loans that are fully forgivable to black entrepreneurs and to the others that start a business.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna reserve what I think about a lot of these things. I just want to read these things off to you and let me know what you're thinking about these. I'm talking specifically to the black men. We got a couple black men in the building. This is something else that she wants to do: championing education, training, mentorship programs that help black men get good paying jobs in high demanding industries and lead their communities, including pathways to become teachers. Number 3, supporting a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency. She wants to get black men involved in cryptocurrency and other digital assets, so black men who invest in and own these assets are protected. Number 4, launching a national health equity initiative focused on black men and addressing sickle cell disease, diabetes, mental health, prostate cancer, and other health challenges that disproportionately impact them. And number 5, legalize. Now, this is my issue. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. From 1 to 4, I'm rocking with her. I kind of like what she's putting down here. Providing $1 million in loans, fully forgivable, cool. Championing education, training, mentorship programs, cool. Supporting a regulatory framework for cryptocurrency, getting black men involved in cryptocurrency, cool. Launching a national health equity initiative that focuses on, the things that, black men are suffering with, whether it be sickle cell, diabetes, mental health, that's cool. Now, number 5 is legalizing recreational marijuana and creating opportunities for black Americans to succeed in this new industry. I have a tad bit of an issue with this.
Oh my God!
Because all black men don't smoke weed. We all don't smoke weed. To the men that want to get involved in that industry, that's all fine and dandy. You know, and do I think that black men should have some footing in that industry? Absolutely. You know, because we definitely were massively incarcerated to have, for having weed on us and stuff like that. We definitely should be a part of the economic boom. But the first four things I'm rocking with, but I'm not necessarily rocking with this last thing that she has on here. There was no mention, somebody just wrote it, there was no mention of reparations. Where was the reparations in here?
Oh my God!
I heard no mention of a police brutality and something to protect black men from white supremacist officers. I did not hear nothing about that.
Oh my God!
These are some things that black men, that are weighing on their minds. Reparations, being victimized and brutalized by police officers. I think that she should have added that. She could have kept the legalizing the weed thing. I think it's very, I don't necessarily like that. Like I said, I think that black men should have a footing in that industry because we've been, oppressed, for having weed on and stuff like that. But, every black man doesn't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. So, I'm not looking to, start a weed company. The first four things I was rocking with. But that last one I'm not really necessarily rocking with. I think she should have put something in here in terms of, reparations, police brutality, Maybe I could have rocked with this, initiative fully. Yeah, but I just wanted to read that. Let's get back into the town hall. I'm just going through the I'm just going through her economic opportunity program, the program that she's unveiling for black men. I just want to read it, because a lot of people haven't read it. A lot of people not going through it. A lot of people not taking their time to go through it. I want to take my time to go through it. Look at what she's offering. Look at what she's saying. It's only fair for us to look at. Do I kick in the back of Kamala? Absolutely, and it's deserving. But it's only fair to look at what she's offering. I am a black man. I'm thinking about voting this election season. Let's see what she's offering. There's nothing wrong with hearing her out. Let's get back into it.
So when I talk about extending the child tax credit, when I was vice president, I pushed that we would do it during our first year, and we reduced black child poverty in America by 50%. We did that. Mm-hmm. We can do that.
James Watt. When did I ever say in this stream that weed was a black thing? And if you're referring to Kamala Harris's plan, she threw that in there because black men have been charged criminally with weed more than their white counterparts. So I don't know, maybe you're just a little tone deaf or you just don't know what's going on here. But when white people get charged with weed and black people get charged with weed, white people, they're not charged as severely as their black counterparts. So she was just saying that, black people, I'm shooting her a little bit, Bell, but I understand why she put it in there because black people have been oppressed. They have been criminalized, due to weed possession. So she's saying that, the black men that probably were a part of that were criminalized for having weed, they want to give them, opportunity to be a part of this booming business of, weed, weed farming and weed growing. So that's why she put that in the bill. She never said that weed was a black thing. I find it offensive because I don't know why this should be in the economic program for black men. I think that a reparations bill, I think that a hate crime bill, a policing bill, for black men probably would have been a better choice for me. Because all black men don't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I'm not trying to start a weed company. So, it doesn't really talk to me. The four things that she did put in there, I'm not mad at that. I think that It's not enough, but I'm not mad at. I think it's a great starting point. The first couple of things that she wrote in that thing, it's a great starting point, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Let's continue though.
My plan that is about building up home ownership in the Black community. We can do that. My work that has been about increasing access to capital.
And again, if you have anything to add to the dialogue, anything to add to the discussion, please put it in a super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. I want people to be a part of the dialogue. I want people to be a part of the discussion. Please be a part of the discussion. If this is your first time here, this is a channel where we focus on politics. This is the main focus, politics. We talk about everything Trump, everything Kamala. This is the most important election season of our lifetime. Make no mistake about it. So become a member. Come back to the channel. We're gonna have more discussions. Become a member today. Get checked in. Let's get back into the dialogue. Let's get back into the discussion here.
Capital, bringing billions more dollars into our community banks, which I've done as vice president, through cooperation and partnership with some of the big banks and tech companies to get more access to capital for our entrepreneurs, for our businesses. We've done that. So we should never sit back and say, okay, I'm not going to vote because everything hasn't been solved. I
disagree, Kamala. I disagree. I think that people shouldn't vote if you're not working, if you're not working to fix the things. If you have a Black community that is voting for you every year, hear me out on this, because she's saying that, I don't think you should vote because things aren't done. If you have a Black community that have been voting for the Democrats for over 50 years, you're a part of the Democrats. They feel like you haven't been working on their, agendas. You haven't been working on a reparations bill, a hate crime bill. You haven't been doing things that directly affect their community, and they're tired of voting for you. You owe it to get some things done. Just like, the LGBTQ community, they feel that they were feeling that way for years until Obama came in office and he gave them, the right he legalized a gay marriage, or whether it be, any type of group. They feel that, we voted for you. You owe it to us to get things done, to do the work. And if you're not going to do it, if you're not going to do the work, then we're not voting for you. It's simple as that. That's our issue with you now, Kamala. If you're not going to do the work for us, you're finally talking directly to us. Finally you're doing some work. But if you're not going to do the work, we're not going to vote for you. We're not going to vote for you.
Share a desire that everything should be solved, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is what we should all want. But that shouldn't stand in the way of us also know.
Hold on. CPVS says reparations. Nope. You know what else we're gonna say nope to? You in my comment section. Since you're gonna say nope to reparations, we're gonna say nope to your comment, bro. Welcome to the block party.
Oh my God!
Welcome to the block party, sir. Go get me some Lay's potato chips. Go get me some turkey burgers. Some beef franks. We'll get me some chicken wings. Don't forget the paper plates. And some Kool-Aid jammers. Welcome to the block party, sir. Welcome to the block party. Let's get back into it.
We can participate in a process that's about improving things.
Since you think reparations is so funny.
And by voting in this election, you have two choices. Or you don't vote. But you have two choices if you do. And it's two very different visions for our nation. One mind that is about taking us forward and progress and investing in the American people, investing in their ambitions, dealing with their challenges. And the other, Donald Trump, is about taking us backward.
The other is about fascism. Why can't we just say it?
Yes, we can say that.
Why do we always circle back to Donald Trump, Kamala? We want to know what you are going to do. Can we stop circling back to Donald Trump? I've said this already. Democrats, stop circling back to Donald Trump. Stop circling back to Trump.
Yeah. Reverend Solomon Kinlock Jr., I want you to meet him. He is the senior pastor of Triumph Church. Where's Reverend
Let's get to
Kinlock?
this, brother.
Oh, he's here.
Come on, tell Secret Service, move out the way. It's okay. It's just the Reverend. Yeah, all right.
Give me 1 second, Sean. Give me 1 second. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
What's up, Reverend?
Madam Vice President Charlemagne,
Yes,
thank
sir.
y'all for being in Detroit tonight.
Thank you.
Recently, Madam Vice President, by one of Trump's surrogates from the black faith-based community, you've been criticized by him and others for your lack of engagement to the black church. Knowing that the black church is an unrivaled place in the heart of black people.
Let me say this, bro. Let me say this. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to talk black. Somebody told me earlier to talk black to them. I'm going to talk black to y'all right now. All the black church does is take from the black community. What has the black church given back? Don't get me wrong. In the civil rights era, the black church was a place of refuge. It was a lot of community organizing, a lot of pastors working together with the civil rights movement to organize, the bus boycotts and the protests. It was the church in the 60s and the 50s. They were doing the work. They were working hard. They were working, for the embedment of black people. They were working in collaboration with the civil rights movement. But we are far ways removed from that. Today's black church, all they do is take from the black community. And I'm not going to say every church. I'm not going to generalize every church, every black church in America, because I'm sure there's some good black churches out there that don't do that. But there's also a lot of churches that are just taking and taking and taking from the black community. All of the billions and the millions of dollars that black people put into the black church. And why don't we have a black bank? That think about all the money that black people give, because black people, they love to go to church, really black women. All the money that's being put into the black church, you would think that a black church would build a bank by now. Have apartments for their members. Build infrastructures in their communities. Start businesses in their communities. The black church is it just takes and takes and takes and takes. What does it ever give back? So, him coming up here talking in terms of the black church this and what are you going to do for the black church? I think the black church has enough. It's time for the black church to give back. Yeah, man, it's time for the black church to give back, man. You're not paying no taxes. What's the plan? The C190 plan these black churches be having? You ain't paying no taxes. You ain't paying no taxes. You're scamming black women. You got 100 black women they're putting money in the offering. They paying the tithes. They paying the building fund. You're scamming black women with all this money. Everybody, you got all your members. Hold on, you got all your members. I see somebody butthurt in there. I see. There's a black woman in the chat. She's butthurt, and I'm talking about her going to church. Listen, sister, it's not your fault that you're taking a bus to church, and your pastor is in a new Rolls Royce. It's not my fault. It's not my fault you got scammed. It's not my fault you're taking a bus to church and your pastor's in a new Rolls Royce. Yeah, your butt hurt. Your butt hurt. I see you in the chat. Your butt hurt. Keep taking a bus to work. Keep taking a bus to church. Yeah, man, but listen, the black church has taken a lot from the black community. It's time for the black church to give back. So him coming up here talking about what Kamala could do for the black church, I mean, I'm not really on it like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think the black church it's a one-way street. It's a one-way street for the black church. I would love to see the black church to do more. Think about all these, these pork chop preachers, the T.D. Jakes, the Creflo Dollars, the Joel Osteens. Who else is out there? Anybody with a mega church. Anybody with a mega church. You're not gonna tell me that T.D. Jakes with his mega church. You're not gonna tell me that he can't start a bank. He can't start a bank for his members. You're not gonna tell me Creflo Dollar can't start a bank or or buy a building and have his members and give his members an apartment buildings, build infrastructure in their communities. A lot of these black churches, they're just one-way streets. It's like, just give your money, give your money, give your money, give your money. Give your money. That's all it is. When is the black church going to give back? That's just my opinion, but let's continue.
What could you speak to as it relates to a future Harris administration, how you would partner with the black church to address some of the urgent needs of the black community? Dr. King talked about the fierce urgency of right now, and as a church, Triumph Church is in that place.
So,
in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I'm going to keep it a buck. Listen, I like what he said. He said the black church, but the black church in terms of working with the black community. Okay, now I could understand a little bit more what he's saying. He's saying the black church working in collaboration with the black community. What the black church needs to do is stop scamming churchgoers, people looking for salvation. Stop scamming them. Put their money up, maybe, start a bank, build up your communities, give back to the damn community. Stop scamming the people. I think that's the first thing that, the black church should do. Stop scamming the people, stop scamming them for their money. And start giving back. That's the first thing they can do. And then the second thing they can do is, get back to how y'all used to move in the 60s. In the 60s and the 50s, you guys were at the forefront of the civil rights movement. That's what you need to do. Yeah, exactly. Feed the poor, go out there and actually do the work. I mean, you all of the stories in the Bible of Christ out there feeding the poor, talking to the people, in the streets and all that. We don't see church people doing that. They too clean to do that. No, I got this brand new Armani suit with these Annihilator Gators on. I can't go out there and talk to the poor. I can't go out there and feed the poor with this Rolex on my arm. I can't get out my Rolex. I can't get out my Rolls Royce and talk to these bums in the slums. The black church act like it's too good to get in the dirt and get in the grime and talk to the people that need salvation, man. So that's what I would tell the black church to do. Stop scamming people. Stop taking their money. Take that money that you are receiving. Do something to give back to the damn community. Build some infrastructure. Build some businesses. Build some banks. Hire some black people. And get back to the politics of the 60s. You know, work with the community. Community organize. You know. That's what I think the black church should be doing. But let's continue.
So first of all, that allegation, of course, is coming from the Trump team because they are full of mis and disinformation because they are trying to disconnect me from the people I have worked with and that I am from so that they can try and have some advantage in this election because otherwise they have nothing to run on. I grew up in the black church. I grew up.
Have any of y'all seen pictures of her in the black church? Any of y'all seen it? Have any of y'all seen her in a black church? Any pictures? I'm looking in the comment section. Any of y'all seen her in the black church? Any of y'all seen her on those church pews? Maybe downstairs eating a pork sandwich. Have anybody seen this woman in a black church? I have not. I'm looking in the chat. I don't see nobody saying they seen her. No. Nobody saying they seen her. No. Again, somebody talks about Trump. Every time you ask a question about Kamala, a Kamala Harris supporter wants to bring it back on Trump. I mean, like honestly, like what is up with y'all, man? What's the obsession? It's like you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing of like you can't criticize her in nothing. Every time you criticize her, we got to talk about Trump. Like I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Let's get back into it, though. Let's get back into it.
Attending 23rd Avenue Church of God in Oakland, California.
That's church.
Yes, that is church. My pastor is Amos C. Brown of Third Baptist Church in San Francisco, California.
Yes.
I have throughout my career and as vice president and recently been actively engaged in the church and church leaders, not only so we can share in fellowship, but so we can share in what we can do together that is about supporting the community, the strength of the community, the cohesion of the community. And it is my long-standing work and therefore my pledge going forward. I will always work closely with the church because I understand who our church leaders are and who the congregation is. We are talking about people who are driven by faith and the ability to see what is possible. By faith, where I was raised, and I know many of us were, understanding that our God is a loving God, that our faith.
I thought Kamala Harris' religion was because her mother's Indian, right? If her mother's Indian, isn't her mother? Isn't she like Hindu or something like that? What's the? I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect, but isn't her mother like Hindu or something like that? Kamala Harris is Kamala Harris a devout Christian or is she a Hindu? Listen, I don't know. I'm trying to find out. Is she a devout Christian or is she a Hindu? She talking about she goes to church and her pastor is this guy. I've never heard that. Her mother is Hindu, right? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm curious. You know, I'm curious. I don't know. Her mother is an Indian woman, so I would think that, you know, her religion would be Hindu, right? I don't think that's crazy to think that, right? I don't know. Let's move on. I don't know, though. I don't know. I would think that, though.
It propels us to act in a way that is about kindness and justice and mercy, that is about lifting one another up. And let's talk about the contrast here. Donald Trump and his followers spend full time trying to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, which is absolutely.
Again, see, I guess that's like in the Kamala Harris playbook. They always bring it back to Trump. You know, I guess that's just what all Trump's that's what all Kamala Harris supporters do. This is what she does too. They always bring it back to Trump. You know, you could ask this woman, "Hey Kamala, what's your favorite color?" Yeah, I gotta tell you, my favorite color is maybe, you know, maybe it's like violet, but I gotta tell you, you know, Trump is such a bad person. And, you know, you know about the Central Park Five, what he said about the Central Park Five. Like, you could ask this woman what her favorite foods are. You know, she'll find a way to make it about Trump. Ask this woman how her marriage is going. Yeah, I gotta say, you know, I love my husband, and you know, I love him, and he's a great man. But you know who's a bad man? Trump is a bad man. He's just a really bad man, a tyrant. It's like no matter what you're talking about, it's just like she finds a way to bring it back about Trump. Like how? How do we always circle back to Trump? Like we always circling back to Trump. I don't get it. Like we're asking you. You're in front of us. We want to know about you.
Absolutely contrary to the church I know.
He sells Bibles though.
Where our church and my church is about saying true leadership, the measure of that is based on who you lift up. And right. And then he's selling $60 Bibles or tennis shoes. Mm-hmm. And trying to play people as though that makes him more understanding of the black community. Come on.
Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you for the correction.
Thank you, Reverend.
And God is good.
Again.
Every day, all the time.
There you go. I had to make sure you get that right. Now, have you seen the clip, Madam Vice President, from the griot? It's a clip that's kind of out of context, and it says that you won't do anything specifically for black people. Have you seen that? Have you?
I have not seen that.
Well,
That's an absolute total lie, Kamala. You know exactly the clip. Kamala Harris, the interviewer asked you if you would work on reparations. She directly asked you about reparations, and you stuck out your lips talking about, I'm not going to do nothing directly for the black community. That's what you said, Kamala. We saw the whole interview. I did a whole video on it. So it was not put out of context. They did not take you out of context. The question was, would you be willing to work on reparations? And you went into this whole spill about what you do would be directly for all Americans, right? You would do, you know, what you would do was directly for all Americans. But we all know that black people have not been on the same equal footing. They have not had the same start historically as white people in this country. So the interviewer asked you, would you be willing to work on reparations? You said, no, I will not do things specifically for the black community. And you was bouncing around, and remember she was bouncing around in that chair, weave bouncing back and forth. I'm not going to do nothing directly for the black community. No. So you are a liar, Kamala. See, I was rocking with you, you know, for this whole interview so far, but you lied. She lied. She said that I never said that. And lesser charge, the lesser charge guard stopped lying for her. You know damn well it was not taken out of context. It was not taken out of context. You are a lie. Both of you are liars. She said that she was not going to do anything directly for the black community, and it was not taken out of context. That's exactly what she said. And now she's flip-flopping like she's flip-flopped this whole election season.
Oh my God!
And you're flip-flopping because you want votes. You're flip-flopping because you want the black vote. You're flip-flopping because you want the black male vote. You're a flip-flopper, you know? You're a flip-flopper. You don't stand on anything. 1 minute you're for fracking, the next minute you're against fracking. 1 minute you don't want to do nothing directly for the black community, then you realize black men ain't voting, then you want to do things for the black community. You're a flip-flopper. You're a tap dancer. Hey, you're a flip-flopper. You're a flip-flopper. Let's continue.
It's a clip that has you saying that you're not going to do anything specifically for black people.
Well, that's just not true. And listen again,
That's what you talk about. It's not true. That's exactly what she said. She said in the clip, listen, I did a whole live, an hour live, dissecting what she said. In the video, the original video, it's like a full interview. So her saying that's just not true. She's a liar. She said in the interview that she was not going to do anything directly for the black community. She said that I'm going to do things for all Americans. I'm not doing anything directly for the black community. That's what she said. Kamala Harris, I don't know if you realize this, but we all have, tapes and videos and old interviews of you where you said things and we recorded it and we're looking at what you're saying now and it doesn't add up. That's why people clapped at you for saying that you were against fracking before and now you're for fracking. That's why people clapped at you because you said that you were trying to get rid of people's guns and now you said you're a registered firearm owner. You've been flip-flopping. You're flip-flopping now. You told black people back when you had that interview that you weren't going to do anything directly for them. Now you're talking about, we're going to do things for you. We got the Black Male Economic Opportunity Program. You're a flip-flopper.
Oh my God!
You've been flip-flopping. That's all. Own up to it. Just own up to it and say, you know what? I did say that back in the day. I did say that in the past. I have evolved from that mindset. I have, I've moved on from that mindset. I have changed my mind, changed my stance. Just own it and say you've changed your mind and you changed your stance. But it's insulting to lie like that. And when we could pull up the video, we could pull up the audio of you saying these things.
You said it at the beginning of this visit, Charlemagne. One of the biggest challenges that I face is mis and disinformation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's purposeful.
And Kamala, please stop with the mis and disinformation. What type of grammatical nonsense is that? Mis and disinformation? It's misinformation and it's misinformation and disinformation. It's not mis and disinformation. That's not a word. Misinformation and disinformation. It's not mis and disinformation. What type of grammatical shit is that? You need to go back to English 1. Mis and disinformation. Can you imagine putting that on an essay? The Republican, you're writing an essay, in U.S. history class. The Republicans, the Republicans deal in mis and disinformation. Can you imagine putting that on an essay? Your teacher, well, what the hell is mis and disinformation? Are you talking about misinformation and disinformation? What the hell is mis and disinformation? What the hell is that? Mis and dis and misinformation. Do the whole word. Misinformation, disinformation. Mis and disinformation. What the hell is that?
Because it is meant to convince people that they somehow should not believe that the work that I have done has
You ain't doing no work. What work have you done?
Oh my God!
Kamala Harris, what work have you done as a vice president? I'm not talking about your prosecution career, your district attorney career, your career as a senator. What have you done as a vice president? You are running for the role of president. What is your career? What is your career accomplishments as far as vice president? You have none. What's her career accomplishments in being a VP? She don't have no career accomplishments. The work that I've done. What work have you done? Remember, she's not running for state prosecutor. She's not running for district attorney. She's not running for senator. She's running for president. What work has she done as vice president?
Oh my God!
This is not a district attorney job. This is a job as commander in chief. You haven't done the work. Let's continue.
has occurred and has meaning. My work from the beginning of my career through today has been about, for example, we've talked about it, whether it be on HBCUs, whether it be on healthcare, Black maternal mortality. I am singularly, many would say, one of the highest level leaders in our country to bring the issue of Black maternal mortality to the stage of the White House to address it. The work that I've done that has been about focusing on my knowledge and my experience and my life experience of knowing the entrepreneurship that we have in the community, the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams, and then tapping into that so that not only has my work been about ensuring that we have some of the lowest Black unemployment ever in our country, but that also knowing that that should be a baseline that everybody has a job. Mm-hmm. And what we should be invested in is also building wealth in the community and intergenerational wealth. And I have many, many examples of that. But again, part of the challenge that I face is that
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she just want to say things that we want to hear. She's not gonna say the things that we really want to hear, like reparations, hate crime bill. But you know, it's enough to get Black people to say, "Oh, really?" You know, like this whole spill for Black women. Black women are gonna love this. They're gonna eat this up. But for Black men, we're looking at it like, well, it's kind of weird. Like this is how Black men are gonna look at this. They're gonna say, well, it's kind of weird that you haven't had any of these thoughts or you haven't had any of these things that you wanted to, any type of program. You haven't done any of this work before. It seems kind of weird that you pretty much saw in the polls that, Black men are not voting for you, and now you want to do all these things now. Kind of weird with only a couple of days before election night, and now you want to do all this work because you see you're down in the polls. So pretty much what you're trying to do, it looks like to us that you're just trying to pander. You're trying to pander to the community, to the Black male community, to get us to vote for you. And the reality is, we've seen that before too. We've seen when the Democrats, they want to pander to us, but they want to pander, but do they actually want to do the work? Do they want to do the work? You can pander all day. You can come out here and tell Black men all they want to hear, but are you actually going to do the work? You can pander all you want. You can pander to Black men. You can tell them all they want to hear. But are you going to do the work, Kamala?
they are trying to scare people away because they know they otherwise have nothing to run on. Ask Donald Trump what his plan is for Black America. Ask him.
Kamala Harris, you haven't had a plan for Black America till today. What are you talking about? Kamala Harris, it took you 3.5 years to come up with a rough draft for Black America. Don't be serious. Like, don't pat yourself on the back too fast. You had a couple of months to come up with this. You just did a quick little rough draft in the White House to get some black men to vote for you. Don't pat yourself on the back. Like give Trump a couple of nights to come up with a rough draft. Maybe he may come up with something too. My thing is this: you should have had these plans. Months ago. Maybe if Kamala Harris would have came with this plan, came with this program and things of this nature, maybe, the black male polls would have been looking different. But I think the damage is done right now because, the whole Barack Obama thing, that didn't sit well with a lot of black men. I got to tell you, I don't know if you guys have seen the videos. A lot of black men have been, ripping off Obama's head for his thoughts on, how black men should be voting. That was a bad look, Kamala. I think Kamala did a good job kind of disassociating herself from those comments and not necessarily agreeing with Obama's verbiage on, talking down to black men. She's done a good job, kind of getting away from that and not co-signing that. I think that was smart of her. But it was still a lot of damage control for that. And I think this whole program and her unveiling this new program, it's a bit of damage control from those statements. Because Obama is influential and his word, his word did go around, and that wasn't a great look. Let's continue though.
But I'll tell you what it is. Look at Project 2025. Project 2025 tells you the plan includes making police departments have stop and frisk policies. The plan includes making it more difficult for workers to receive overtime pay. The plan includes ending the ability of Medicare to negotiate drug prices. You know what we have done? He said he would. We did, which means that's how we brought down the cost of prescription medication. His plan includes making it more difficult for working people to get by and to destroy our democracy. You know what he says he'll do? Terminate the Constitution of the United States.
That's right.
Let me remind folks, you know what's in the Constitution of the United States? The Fourth Amendment, which protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. The Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, the 14th Amendment.
I think that the Democrats take everything Trump says for face value. Sometimes Trump, he just be speaking in jest. I don't think that Trump was actually talking as if he was going to abolish the Constitution. But, a lot of Democrats, they take that and they may take him saying something unjust. And, do I think it's dangerous for him to say stuff like that, even unjust? Do I think it's dangerous for him to say stuff like absolutely? But I think that they kind of go a little bit overboard. I don't think anyone really believed him when he said that he was going to abolish the Constitution. I don't believe anybody believed him when he said that. But like I said, I'm not shooting him any bell, because I am saying that, is it dangerous to even to say that unjust? Is it dangerous to say that? Absolutely. But I think that they kind of know, like, come on, bro. Did he really mean that? Like, did he 110% stand on that? Is he running? He's definitely not running on that. Clearly, he has. I've never heard him say that in none of his speeches. But I think the Democrats, they're being intentionally deceptive with that. But let's continue.
And he's going to terminate the Constitution of the United States, which in most of those amendments, one thing or another was about a movement spurred by black people to ensure that we would be equally protected under the law. Come on.
Let's take a question from Talkback.
Hi, my name is Joshua Fisher, age 31 years old, African-American male from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'd like to ask Madam Vice President what laws does she have planned to make sure that there's a stop to police brutality and murders that have been going on viciously.
Better get back into it. Hey, I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
I'm Noel Honig, and I'm a director and a designer. If I'm working with type in Photoshop,
I need you to hit that like button, I need you to hit the subscribe button. If you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Let's continue.
So again, the work that I have done through my career, and then most recently, even when I was in the United States Senate, to help write the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. Cory Booker and I work very closely on that.
Could you tell people why that didn't pass through? Give folks a quick civics lesson.
We couldn't get the votes in Congress.
And that's the thing, Kamala. You know, that's your excuse for everything. And that's the problem that a lot of American people have with you. Your excuse for everything is that you can't get it done in Congress. We can't get this done in Congress. We can't get this done in Congress. We're tired of the damn excuses. Kamala. People are suffering. They can't afford groceries. If you're trying to fix the economic woes in America by way of Congress, and you think it's going to be sufficient enough for you to tell the American public, hey guys, I wanted to fix the economy, I wanted to fix inflation, but you know, it's the Congress fault.
Oh my
Newsflash, Kamala, the American people, they're not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear you blame Congress for every single thing. Get it done. People, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, if you're at a grocery store and you're penny pinching and your baby is starving, and you know the grocery prices are astronomical, are you really trying to hear, you know, Kamala? Oh, Kamala wants to fix the grocery problem, but you know she says that the Congress is not working with her. We don't want to hear that, woman. Get the damn job done. And Kamala, that's not going to be. You can't hide behind that excuse. You can't hide behind that excuse. We can't. Oh, it was Congress' fault. It was Congress' fault. You know good and damn well that the Republicans ain't working with you. Get it done. Stop leaning on Congress for everything and get it done. You know? Like that's like her, you know, her go-to for everything. Congress here. It's the Congress fault. It's the Congress fault. It's the Congress fault. You know, I'm kind of sick of her blaming the Congress for everything. But with that being said, hey guys, listen. I think we're gonna pick this up tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. It's about to be 3:00 in the morning. Listen, if this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna have more discussions on this. We're probably gonna do a part 2 tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this interview tomorrow, and because there's more things that she talked about. We'll see how that works out. Maybe we'll do a part 2 tomorrow to this interview. It's getting kind of, it's like 3 in the morning. You know, at least in New York where I'm at. You know, yeah, I got to get up early in the morning, so I got to kind of get out of here. But if this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. This is the Check-in Report. We do a bevy of different videos. Our main focus is the election season. We do you know, we do lives on Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. You know, and we talk about politics. So you know, I want you guys to come on back. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to become a member of the channel. You know, get checked in here. Get a bevy of perks and things like that. But with that being said, guys, I want to give a salute to Enrique. Is Enrique in there? Salute to Enrique. Salute to all my mods, Sinclair, Nelly, all my mods. Salute to all my mods. Yeah, but make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in another video. Hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened as well. I am True and Living. This is the Check-In Report, and I will see you guys, God willing, tomorrow. God willing, tomorrow we'll do another video. We'll do another live. But with that being said, you guys have a blessed night, and do not vote for Kamala Harris. Sorry, now let me stop. Vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not telling nobody who to vote for. Vote for who you want to vote for. If you want to vote for Kamala, vote for Kamala. If you want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump. If you want to vote for Jill Stein, vote for Jill Stein. If you want to vote for Dr. Cornel West, vote for Dr. Cornel West. Vote for who you feel like is going to impact change and is the right candidate to run this country. But with that being said, you guys have a blessed night. We are out. Toodles.